Shin steps in to try to prevent the fight, and you know, I think Goku at this point is just like, no, this is gonna happen. There's nothing we can really do to stop this. So he even raises hands against Shin, who says like, you have to go through me first, and Goku just starts charging up. He's just like, dude, I'll do it. Like whatever, man. This is.
Well, but then Babidi wants Shin to die too, and he's like, "Hey, Vegeta, can you kill Shin for me?" And Vegeta's, "Fuck you."
Yeah, he's like, "Fuck off." Like, no, I don't give a shit.
That's not what I'm here for.
Yeah, it's not that I necessarily want Shin to live. It's that I just don't give a shit.
He's not Goku.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Trunks and Goten are still flying. They're trying to head and find where all these fights are taking place and try and find all this power. And because they want to see Majin Buu, they've heard so much about him. They want to see what's going on. And so this is where we kind of split off into multiple groups here, where Gohan and Shin head down into the ship to try to just like, well, fuck it, let's go kill Babidi and Dabura and try to give this Buu ball whatever we can before it opens up, before he reaches full power. Let's try to get there and at least put a stop to that. And that's when Babidi says, "Oh, you got to kill him. You got to stop him." Vegeta just does not give a shit. And then Vegeta flexes and mountains fall. He's just like power bursts out of him and fucking just mountains fucking fall.
This is the Vegeta I missed. This is the Vegeta that made me love Vegeta.
Yeah. And they both Goku and Vegeta start powering up, and then the fight ends. And I know you don't watch them, but the next on thing for this is the thing that sold me on this turn for Vegeta fully, because the clips they show of this fight look so fucking good. I was like, okay, no, I'm back in. Like I need to see this. This is the fight I came to see.
It sounds cool, but like also a lot of the times I'm kind of binging these, and so it's like I don't want to watch the next on when I know I'm just going to fast forward through the credits and get to the thing anyway. But yeah, like a hype video sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty. It definitely got me going for these next two episodes here. We open with Gohan and Shin heading down to the ship, and a bunch of the dumb fucking henchmen are there, and Gohan just bursts and they're all down. It's just like, ugh, and then they're just like all dead.
I love the inept henchmen throughout stuff, especially in like the 90s, are one of my favorite things, whether it's like foot soldiers and turtles or the putties and Power Rangers. I feel like the henchmen in Dragon Ball put up less of a fight than just about any evil henchman in any fiction.
Yeah. They're pretty useless. And so this Goku Vegeta fight is off to the races. We get a lot of kind of clashing, again, more normal attacks bouncing off each other. Vegeta lands a headbutt. Goku counters and kicks Vegeta into a mountain. A lot of good baseball bat smash sounds on a lot of these hits.
Yep.
To go with it, and then we just we get good shots of the ball that Buu is trapped in, just glowing, and the meter slowly filling up.
As like Vegeta is shooting like Sonic the Hedgehog rings at Goku to bind him.
Yeah, that's it. It's Vegeta with just point blank blast to Goku's stomach, knock him into deep holes. Just like beams clashing, and they're just fucking both screaming. Gohan and Shin get to the ball, but then Vegeta shoots his energy handcuffs and locks Goku down by the arms, legs, and neck. And,
the fucking neck.
Yeah.
Jesus, that was unnecessary.
And Vegeta just starts teeing off on Goku as he's just like rammed into this mountain and trapped there. Yes. This is it's basically like when Tommy Dreamer got handcuffed to the ropes, and when Raven he maybe went a little too far, but it was the night that made Tommy Dreamer. So
right, that's true. I think even Raven knew that it was too much.
Yeah. I mean, the part that was too much, they never aired. I mean, like when Vegeta tried to crucify Goku, I think that was maybe a little far. Kurt Angle was not happy.
Damn it, I was just gonna. God damn it.
And Vegeta is just smacking the shit out of Goku, just really teeing off. We get flashbacks here of like the first fight between Goku and Vegeta, and like Vegeta just fucking like really letting it out, really getting to the root of his fucking midlife crisis.
Yes,
and
everything.
What does
he say? He says something about like, this is for like every indignity you've ever put my pride through or something.
Yeah, and just like, oh, you beating Frieza, oh, me not being the one who beat Cell, and you being this commoner that has this innate ability versus me and my training, and and really just back on his Prince versus commoner shit here.
Yeah.
Goku breaks out of the rocks here, or he breaks out of the mountain with like the rock of the mountain still kind of handcuffed to his arms.
Yeah, I think this might be the coolest thing Goku's ever done up to this point. Outside of, didn't he fly in and punch Jace from the Ginyu Force just straight in the fucking face and rocking him?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Maybe that's number 2, because him getting like tied to this fucking mountain and breaking out, which is cool enough, but then having like mountain fists and fighting with them, that might be my favorite Goku moment ever so far.
Yeah. It's pretty good. He just smashes these boulders strapped to his arms into Vegeta.
Yes.
You know, and Vegeta puts him in a full Nelson. They're in a cave for a while. They fucking blow up the cave, more mushroom clouds. They're just still just standing, squaring off, screaming. Just all of this stuff is good.
A lot of glowing and screaming and flexing and energy.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we go back to where the Majin Buu ball is, and Babidi teleports everything outside the ship, where this is where we see Stone Piccolo and Krillin. And Gohan's reminded that he needs to get angry to unleash his full ability. But they're not really fighting yet. That's still just like still just kind of warming up. And this is where the Goku Vegeta fight gets really fucking good. It's really fast. Like, it's some really good knee shots into blast. There's a really solid elbow drop from Goku here. Like, they're just going at it all out, all over the place. It's not like canned animation, like they're just punching each other in the air. Like, there's some of that. But there's just a lot happening here all at once. It was like one of the most frenetic fight sequences I think the show's had up to this point.
It's like they knew that, like, this is the main event here. This is the thing you build towards. This is Brett versus Sean. You know, this is the 2 top stars on the show going at it on the grandest stage.
At the same time, though, this is not going to be a clean finish. I really don't think so. We got other shit going on. Yeah, there's so much other shit going on here that, like, I feel like at some point. So this is the part that I think about the time that I started realizing, like, I mean, this show has a lot more episodes left to it. And a lot of stuff from here. So it's not like this is just going to be it for Goku and Vegeta. So something's got to interrupt this. I don't think this ends like, oh, let me grab your hand and pick you up. I beat all the Majin energy out of you. Like, I don't see that being how this goes.
Right.
Like, there's something will happen.
Boss Man's going to come in with a nightstick.
Yeah, no, something. Yeah, there's some kind of screwy finish here to this thing. But the meter fills up at the end of this episode, and Babidi seems stunned and thrilled that the meter filled up way faster than he thought. Shin is decidedly not happy.
It's a lot of really great shots of Babidi's face glowing and just like, full power! Full power! Like, I really liked how jazzed he was about this whole thing.
Yeah. Yes. And Goku and Vegeta are still just fighting at the end of this episode. And that brings us into episode 123, the last of this stretch of 5. And I wrote down a bet here that is incorrect. But at this point, I was like, I bet we get like 4 episodes of the ball opening.
Oh, I could see that.
Just having it.
But no.
Yeah, having it take forever that they just stretch it out. But, we get some more, like this episode opens with like some more Goten and Trunks stuff. And I got to say, man, I'm not really liking like what Goten and Trunks are bringing to the show all that much. It's all right, but like it seems like ill-timed, like comic relief.
It feels like lately it's like this B plot of these precocious kids being cutesy and getting into trouble, and like, oh, they're dressing up like Mighty Mask and sitting on each other's shoulders.
Yeah.
Oh, they got to stop and do a pee break and a dinosaur, and
like it just feels. I don't know. Like I feel like at a different time in the show, all this stuff would work, but like right here, right now, I don't think it works, except for when they stop because they have to pee on their flight over, and then a dinosaur catches them peeing and chases after them. I was like, okay, well that's a good bit.
It's funny enough that they're peeing, but then a goddamn dinosaur shows up.
And it's just like they're having like a piss fight here, and just like they're trying to pee farther than each other. There's steam coming off, saying pee. And maybe the island's cold. Who knows? I don't know. It's. But
we haven't really gone into the biology of that. But is the peeing contest the one where you both pee and see who makes it the farthest down the hill?
I think it's not farthest down the hill. I think they were just going for overall stream distance. If I because they're both kind of up against a rock here. So there's no hill per se.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
it could be duration.
Could be. Yeah. I don't know how they're judging it.
Well, I mean, it gets interrupted, so we got the screwy finish with the dinosaur coming.
Right, exactly. Yeah, the dinosaur run in is how that match ends. And then just we get more Goku and Vegeta, just a lot of good grapples, like they fucking grabs him from behind and just like bombs down into the ground head first, like some really just good, just kinetic, cool shit here.
There's 0% any kind of like Goku being like, I don't want to hurt you, you're my friend. It's just like, fuck it then.
Like we are
go
fucking
for it.
fighting. We are both bleeding from the eyes and mouth a little bit. Like we're fucking each other up here, and it's cool as shit.
Yeah.
But they do stop here, and we get a Vegeta flashback to why he allowed Babidi to take control.
Yes.
And this is where we get like the speech from Vegeta, where he just lays out like just how defeated he had been over these last, 80 episodes of this show. And he basically like admits that he was weak. He admits that he had become complacent. He's like, I got a family and settled down and it felt good. What the fuck is this?
Like this introspective Vegeta, just like looking back on like who he used to be and who he turned into and whether the old Vegeta is still there. I need the old Vegeta.
That's right. And
yes,
you can be the old Vegeta
truck in.
if you go to hyperdickpills.biz and use the offer code Goku. You can get 5 of these, 30-day supply of these for just shipping. No.
Oh, wow.
It's basically Vegeta saying like, I used to be somebody. What the fucking fuck? And so
it's also him talking about seeing what happened to Spopovich and realizing that Majin Buu magic is basically just being on the gas.
Yeah.
Just being like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta get on some
here.
of that stuff here. So yeah, he hatches a plan basically to fucking get on the gas. he starts taking shortcuts because he just wants to go back to being the person he was before.
And whatever it takes, if that takes a chemical or wizard magic, or just turning into a horrible murderer again.
Right. Yeah. That's he's willing to do all of that just to kind of balance the scale, I guess, which I can't feel good.
I think maybe to him it feels kind of good.
I'm sure it feels good in the moment, but like think about what he admitted to himself and to others to get here. It was like, man, I trained my ass off, and Goku is still right there.
I think the end justifies the means. I think he has been frustrated with the fact that like Goku has this inborn talent or ability, and just all that fucking matters to Vegeta is that he beats Goku. And I think it doesn't really fucking matter. Like, I mean, you can't just do the gas and never work out.
No,
I mean, he's on the gas
true.
and he's still training and working. So as long as he fucking beats Goku, that's all that matters.
I guess so. But yeah, I bet at some point down the line he's going to look back on this and feel like garbage about it. He'll go like, I'm more powerful now, but boy, I sure did have to. But I sure had to like lean on other shit to do it, not the way Goku did it.
I hope like way later, like in, I don't know, fucking Super or something, that they just like call back to like Goku and Vegeta just having a picnic or something like, hey, remember when you killed all those people and you had to go on the fucking gas to fight me and stand a chance? Like just bring it up like a lighthearted thing. Like, oh, you idiot, that didn't work.
Look, I made some mistakes. It was worth it. It was at the time it seemed like the best idea.
It was a different era.
Yeah.
Everyone was doing it.
Yeah. Everyone in the locker room.
It was the Wild West.
Bulldog injected me. It's like, all of you made me too peaceful. I suddenly had a family. He just wasn't happy. He got complacent. And now he feels alive for the first time in I don't know how many episodes. The Majin Buu ball starts to steam. The ground shakes. We cut to people experiencing a huge earthquake back at the tournament grounds. Like, it's really happening over here. Mr. Satan kind of gets in and says that he'll protect the people, but only because he needs to have the award ceremony so that he can get his money because he has to pay off 18. And people...
How would the awards... Do people buy tickets to the award ceremony? Is that how...
I don't know. Like the announcer kind of says like, oh, well, I wouldn't feel comfortable giving you the prize if we don't have an award ceremony. We got to have an award ceremony.
Okay.
Like, all right, fine. We'll have an award ceremony. I need the money. Goddamn.
Just wonder if he gets like a cut of the gate or how that works.
Yeah. He's like peeking through the curtain, looking at the game. Like, I think
Good house tonight.
8,500, good house. I bet the payoffs will be somewhere around here, but somewhere around 10 million zenny. The crowd is shouting "Satan rocks," which is still funny to me. Like that should be sampled and stuff. I feel like out of context that just gets better and better.
Yeah.
And you know, Mr. Satan's kind of cheering himself on there, a little inside his head, going, "Good job, brother. That little speech was a 10 out of 10." We get more shots, more disgusting looking shots of this pulsating ball as the evil guys laugh. And at this point, kind of knowing roughly what Boo looks like, my hope is that Bobbity is just like disappointed with.
It's like, what the fuck is this
like,
thing?
What the how this is the thing my father made? What the oh shit. And Shin is just like, no one can stop Boo. We're done. Gohan finally gets mad and just starts shooting blasts into the ball over and over again, making the ball steam more and more. Dabura and Bobbity just kind of stand back and watch as Gohan keeps dumping. And the ball starts to crack open.
Well, can you imagine at this point, with all this build up to this ball cracking open, imagine watching it like as a kid as this aired and not having like, you know, we know what Boo looks like. He's on the cover of the thing. He's in the fighting game. You know, we get it. But imagine thinking like, oh man, like talking at recess about, what do you think Boo's going to look like?
No, I
didn't think he's going to be a monster.
No, I know exactly how this goes. Like he's like, oh, what's going to happen with the egg hatches? It's going to, I hear it's going to be Ric Flair. It's probably, I heard it was Flair. Like, nope, it's the gobbledygooker. It was always the gobbledygooker.
I heard the higher power was Jake the Snake.
What? No.
Yeah, I think so. It could work.
I heard Mr. Kennedy was supposed to be Mr. McMahon's son.
The ball opens and it's just
the
Mr.
ball opens
Kennedy.
and it's Mr. Kennedy. Yeah. And then they cut to a shot of an exploding limo. The ball opens and it's empty. There's like a cloud of smoke in there, but there's not anything immediately in there. And Shin starts lecturing Bobbity and making fun of him. And I like Shin less and less the more he talks. Like he just seems like an asshole.
Yeah,
he's a
crybaby. He was going to be.
He's a weakling, and he is just like he's shitty.
I went from thinking he was going to be some ultra powerful bad guy to being like, oh cool, he's on the good guy's side, to being like, oh wait, he fucking sucks.
Yeah, Shin kind of sucks. And so as he's making fun of him, Gohan senses the energy of Boo there as the smoke from the ball is forming above them, and that evil smoke monster immediately turns into big old fat Boo. Big old,
just a big pink fat kid.
Just a big pink fat thing. Everyone seems shocked, and Boo's just smiling, and he's got a real high pitched voice. Hey,
yes.
And that's the end of the episode. Is the reveal of Boo.
I will say, this is not by design, but I think we keep getting lucky with the cutoffs for our batches of episodes.
Yeah.
Because it's never right in the middle of a thing. It's usually just like, oh, wait, so that's going to be the new thing for the next however many episodes?
Right. Yeah. And you know, Boo seems like a very different fighter than what we've seen so far. And different attitude. So my hope now is kind of that just like we get Bobbity and Dabura out of the way forever. That they just get smoked. Like maybe Boo just eats them. I don't know.
Like Dabura's not in the game or anything. He's not like a DLC guy or anything, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, so that gives me hope that maybe he won't be around.
Yeah. But there are some characters in the game that were not around for long. So, you know, there's...
Oh, okay.
So I don't know about that. But
Nappa and Raditz are in it,
yeah.
aren't they?
Yeah, I think Raditz is in it now, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Android 16 is in it.
Oh, right. Yeah, 16 had a good run.
Yeah, a decent run. Yeah, he was there for a cup of coffee. Yeah. And that's going to do it for those episodes.